hold on.
Yes.
I have to interrupt you,
Yes,
Deborah.
hilarious.
Deborah, you said that you want a guy to make a minimum income of $200,000. That's a choice. He's taking specific actions.
Yeah. I think that's a choice that benefits himself, but I think making money,
Wait, just so I understand the argument is men are not allowed to disqualify women based on women's choices.
No, it's not.
They can only disqualify based on traits.
No, I think you can totally disqualify on anything you want because it's your partner that you're looking for. But when it comes to just the body count alone, or not the body count, but a man who has had multiple sexual partners, why does he want a woman with less sexual partners? Is it because he values the fact that a woman is not promiscuous? Because that's different, and those are different values. If you yourself are, no offense to anybody here, but if you're filming fans and you're saying, I want somebody who's a religious, God-fearing Christian, those are choices that you're both making, but I don't think it's fair or normal to expect that. And so in the same way, it depends on the value behind it. I think having a high number of sexual partners corresponds with your values. And therefore, I don't think it's as simple as I want somebody taller than me or things like that. But when it comes to splitting the money,
So wait, let's help me categorize this. Yes. So promiscuity is not a trait. It's a value.
No, I think it can be being sexually promiscuous, I think can definitely be a trait that people have. There's also people that go through phases where like they might be celibate and then I don't know, or they like abstain from sex. I think if you have let's say you've had sex with 100 women, I think every single time, even when you got to 75, you chose to keep going. That's your individual choice to make.
Can I add something?
But something that's a immutable characteristic like your height, I think those are things that you didn't choose those. You were born like that. So if you want somebody who's taller than you, I think that's...
So your argument is it's better to reject people because of things that are out of their control versus things that are in their control?
No, the opposite. I think it's valid.
You said valid to not date a guy because of his height, not valid if a guy doesn't want to date a woman because she's slept with 100 men?
No, I was saying the exact opposite. I think
that's exactly what you're saying.
No, I was saying that if somebody wants somebody's height, things that they can't change, those aren't choices that you... Hold on, you confused me by saying that. I don't agree with that. I'm not saying that. I think that there's a major difference between somebody who has a high level of sexual partners, that situation, than there is between somebody being funny, tall,
Let me change it then. Fine, I'll move it off of immutable characteristics. So a man who... How about this? Would you disagree with me that there are plenty of broke women who would love to date a billionaire?
No, I don't disagree at all.
Okay.
And I think that's...
Okay, hold on.
Yes.
But is that hypocritical for the woman who's broke to find rich men attractive?
Not attractive, but to only want them because of the value of the financial value. I do think that's incredibly hypocritical.
That is hypocritical.
They've made poor financial choices their entire life, and then just expecting a man to take care of them because
they're lazy and they don't want to work, then that's not fair.
I don't think that would make them hypocritical.
Yeah, that's not... How's that hypocrisy?
Because a person who made poor financial choices their whole life and then is expecting somebody who made good financial choices, well, I don't know if hypocritical would be the right word, but I don't think that's valid. Like, I don't think it would be fair for somebody who was dirt broke living on the side of the street to think that they were a perfect...
Or they deserve somebody.
Okay,
or they deserve somebody.
You know?
So, but
like
hold
that,
on, Deborah.
of that status.
So I want a commitment from you tonight on the show, unless you're willing to just be a hypocrite. You are, from here on out, you're only allowed to date a man who makes the exact same amount of money as you. You can't go above. You can't go above. Otherwise, you're a hypocrite.
Why can't I go above?
Hold on. You can't go above. Yeah, because
if you go $10 above, right? Let's just say you only went $10 above. You're only going to date a man who made $10 more than you made, right? Then if we extend that out, what would actually be the problem with a poor woman, right, going after a rich man? There wouldn't be any problem, right? All you're doing is it's just a matter of degrees at that point.
Would you date a billionaire?
Yes.
Would you date a billionaire?
Probably.
That's really hypocritical of you. You're not a billionaire.
You don't know what my bank account looks like. I'm not a billionaire, but I am...
I'm a reverse
financially...
You're not a billionaire.
I'm not a billionaire. I would love to be a billionaire, but I am, thank God, very financially literate.
I'm a hustler and I love to work, so
cash in my purse.
I can expect that from my partner as well, right?
Can I have some cash?
I can do some charity
Yeah,
work.
go get some.
Is it nonprofit
struggling.
deductible? What charity are you,
struggling.
Ryan?
Well, I'm going through some legal things, so if you want to
Help out.
help out.
Your big labia
Go get your
matters.
purse.
Go get your
Go get your purse.
He's saying he wants a sugar mama.
You brought me out here.
You want a sugar mama?
I brought you out
But
here to
over-
hustle you out of your money.
I think.
I mean, I've been a sugar mama to my
I think
boyfriend
that
before,
some-
so I can just expect the same thing back.
I think that somebody who makes certain choices in life, in a sense,
That's
it
a lot of
aligns with
money.
their values, and
Get your cash, Deborah.
for somebody who makes
Yeah.
good financial decisions,
Do the money
of course,
spread.
I think they can learn from somebody who is even better or more successful than them. In the same way, where let's say I have an aspiration, to be a comedian. My ex-boyfriend was actually a comedian.
how about this?
Maybe he made me funnier, things like that.
Can I ask you a question?
Yes.
Did you play any sports in school or anything?
did.
But did you ever play at the professional level or?
In college,
anything like that? No. Well, I don't know if college is professional, but would you date a professional athlete?
I would.
It's a trick question because
It's not a trick question.
No, I
It's
think
testing your
professional
logic.
for the job title of it, like somebody was a professional athlete because
Right.
that's their passion. Yes, but I know that people in spotlights, athletes, things of that are in worlds where there's a lot of temptation. I don't think it's like dating a DJ to me. I don't think that would
He'll be
perfectly
loyal.
align with
He'll be
me.
loyal. He'll never.
It
cheat
wouldn't
on
be
you.
ideal for me. I would rather somebody a little bit more behind the scenes, or at least less in a major thing where they're flying across the world with their team and all that stuff. That's just a personal preference of mine. But like, I think it's important for my partner to be athletic. Or a better example for you, Brian, health. I am obsessed with working out, cold plunging, wellness, everything about that. Living a very healthy lifestyle. I would never marry somebody or even date somebody who did not value health. That is a huge, important value to me. And whether they were extremely overweight or just really unhealthy, that's a huge turnoff to me. And that's something that it's a choice, but it's also fair for me. I
guess the
think.
point I'm trying to make is that when it comes back to like this hypocrisy thing, so I don't think there's anything wrong with a man who has a high body count who wants to date a woman with a low body count or a virgin, simply because one, I think there's asymmetry between what men and women want, and then secondly, it's just, look, women all the time chase after men who possess a myriad of traits, behaviors. Perhaps they have they've accrued certain things in their life, whether material or otherwise, that they themselves do not possess. I don't think that makes women hypocrites. I don't think it makes men hypocrites when they do the same thing.
Yeah, and I think people get actually confused about what hypocrisy means. So hypocrisy is not saying I have no money but want to date a person with money. It's saying I have no money and want to date a person with money, but you who has no money should not try to date a person with money. That would be hypocrisy. So people get this really very skewed idea of what being hypocritical even is. It's I don't understand that either, but they seem to. So yeah, it's not hypocrisy to say I have a high body count, want a person with a low body count. It would be hypocrisy to say, but you as a person with a high body count should not want a person with a low body count. That would then be what would make it hypocrisy.
W. Any pushback?
By the way,
Well,
what the
just
fuck
like
did
how
they teach
women- you guys
in
think
college?
women lose
What
value?
did they actually teach you guys in college? I'd like to know. Like what? What do they teach? What do they teach in college?
I'm just starting
You
college,
just
so
think
I
we're
couldn't
like a
say
group of
that.
women for him to put down. I don't like that.
I didn't put down women.
He
I put down colleges.
But he put down the
I'm
college.
just starting college
They
to
teach
get
a
my
lot of
BSN, so
stupid
I
shit
could
in
not say.
college.
But the girls who got their degrees, they can probably answer that question better.
Like,
Why is
do I
like
need
why
to
is like
learn
every
about
time
pronouns in
there's
college?
any pushback to anything that means Andrew hates women? Like just stop with the feminism.
You're
already.
such a hater, Andrew. Such a hater.
No,
Okay.
Andrew always says even if it was a man, he would say the same thing. But I don't see any men in these chairs.
But just how like you guys think
Well, I
women
mean,
lose value.
but you will often if
And
you go to
their body count,
whatever
men also
podcast
lose
and watch me
value.
debate them in the studio, which I do all the time.
I've actually never seen any of those videos.
You should go watch them. They're quite good.
I should actually.
You
Thanks.
should.